Amazing. So can everybody come onto their mats? Today's practice will be a lot like yesterday's, just a little different. So if you want to start laying down, totally up to you, or come to a nice, comfortable seat. And just make sure that you're comfortable. I always like to sit on something. So if you choose to sit, then just make sure that you're set up so that you'll be comfortable to sit for a little bit. And roll your shoulders down your spine. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. Palms face down. So even if you're laying and your palms are face up, if you could just like flip them and put them palms face down. So no receiving or feeling anybody else's energy. Just coming into you, coming into your physical body. Start by focusing on your breath. Change it up, make it deeper. Make your inhales deeper and your exhales longer. And just continue to breathe at your own pace. And I really want to draw your awareness to the difference between awareness and experience. So for example, right now, as you're sitting here, think about or become aware of your right hand. Notice like where it is in time and space. So it's very easy to be aware and stay in your head. So let's switch to experience. Is there any way that you can experience what it is like to be your right hand? Can you feel your seat in the right hand? Can you feel the breeze on the top of your hand? Can you feel what it feels like to be the right hand? Can you feel the energy within the hand? It's a little more difficult to be in the head when you are the right hand. Notice if you feel like any tingling, even your own pulse. For example, I can feel the wind on the hair on the back of my hand. Just experience your right hand. Experience yourself as your right hand. So then bring your attention to your body, the body as a whole. So right now you're probably aware of your body. Now experience your body. And for some, this might be more difficult than others, because sometimes experiencing the body means feeling, and that can mean feeling pain, that can mean feeling emotion. It can mean a lot of different things. I offer you a safe space to experience your body, to tune in, and maybe even hear what it has to say. Whether you are sitting or lying, feel all of the parts of your body that connect to the ground below it. Experience that connection. Experience all of the points of your body that touch the ground. You can be systematic about it. You can start from the feet or the bum or the back of the head. And stay, if you can, if you will, stay in your body. Experience the qualities of the ground. So experience the hardness, the firmness, the strength. Really experience your body being held on the ground, or the floor. And notice what comes up. Experiencing your body, notice, where your mind does go. Are there any thoughts that come up? Is there resistance? Words? And remember your breath. Just notice if you've gotten lost in thought. If you have, that's okay. Just come back to the body. Come back to experiencing your body. Whatever your story is, whatever it might be, whatever your narrative is, it's just okay. Just become aware of it. And if you can, just take a moment as well right now to recognize how miraculous you are. And I mean that from a physical, scientific point, not like love and light. When I went to nursing school, it was like, whoa, the body is amazing. It's crazy. I can't believe, that we can smoke and drink and still just be alive. That's amazing. And then when I went to med school and started learning about like the chemical processes of the tiniest parts of our body, even just the process of breathing, how insanely amazing that is. When I started to learn about the central nervous system and the sending and receiving of signals, it literally blew my mind. And then I thought about, the big brain and the little brain. So you have like one big brain and like 3 trillion little brains. You have like a little brain in every cell. And the big brain broadcasts to the little brains. I think what was really jarring was what the big brain was broadcasting to all these amazing cells that are like, I can't even believe they're a thing and that we're alive. And the big brain is broadcasting, you're a piece of shit. You're ugly. You're fat. Just like these constant messages of not being good enough. And every little cell just doing its amazing, miraculous little job is like, oh, and I'm a piece of shit. And it's not to like bring it up to be like, oh, I'm so terrible. It's the idea of like, oh yeah, you're right. If I break down this body into single tiny little cells, 3 trillion of them, that's incredible. About one cell can carry the fuel for my life on it around my body. That's really amazing. So pull away from like ego and spirituality and kind of all of that stuff and just move into like pure, raw, physical science. We are pretty cool. And the simple act of pulling from the head into the body is an act of grounding. Right? Because we can get into the head and get into like the spiritual right answer too. Like the story's going on that I'm ugly, but I know that I am love and I am light. I am awesome. But it's like, it's almost like a battle, like it doesn't feel. So just eliminate it for now. Just pull it out of the way. Take a moment to appreciate the fact that you are alive and in this body. That you're able to walk and talk and think and breathe. And stay in your body, experience your physicalness. And even stay connected to your connections to the ground. Like feel that ground below you. Feel your spine long, whether you're sitting or lying. And feel your inhale deep and your exhale long. Think about this fantastic ability we have to fight infection, viruses, how incredibly meticulously, fantastically we are put together, how we fit like so perfectly. From a physical standpoint, not from your personal standpoint, just physical, the body in general, the human body, your human body. And then if you were laying down, or if you chose to lay down, if you are laying down, then slowly make your way up to seated. And if you're sitting, then feel free to change the cross of your legs. Find a longer spine, readjust. And place both of your hands on the ground. Spread your fingers wide and just feel the ground below you. It's here. Like always, one of my favorite quotes is, the difference between stumbling blocks and stepping stones is how you use them. When you're ready, inhale and bring your arms up over your head. Reach for the sky. Exhale and bring your left hand to the mat beside you. Lean over, reach to the side. Continue to breathe. Reach the knees for the mat, turn the chest and the head to look up. And then try to bend a little deeper. And try to reach a little further. And inhale through center. And exhale to the other side. Continue to breathe, turn your head and your chest to look up. Keep the knees reaching for the mat. And try to bend a little deeper. Try to reach a little further. And then inhale, bring both of your arms up over your head, reach up high. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat behind your hips. And bring the soles of your feet together in front of you. Lift your chest, up nice and high, kind of like you are making an altar for your heart. And breathe. Feel your chest opening. Option to stay here or lift the hips up into the air. And release the hips back down. Take a hold of your big toes or your feet. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, fold at your hips. Bring your chest closer to your feet, closer to the ground. Option to use the elbows on the knees and push the knees down towards the mat. And just allow your head to hang, your shoulders to round. And plant your palms on the mat in front of you and slowly come up to seated. And then open your legs out nice and wide. So if you want to turn to face the long edge of your mat, feel free. And just place your hands back behind your thighs and then push your pelvis forward just a little bit. And bring your hands to the inside of your thighs and feel free to stay right here, or you can start to walk your hands away from you. Joan can get her belly all the way down onto the ground. Wow. This is me. That's enough for me. Nice deep breaths. And feeling the stretch on the inner thighs, maybe even the outer thighs. Plant your palms on the mat and slowly come back up and then start to walk the hands over to the left. Bring the hands, one hand on either side of the left leg, and then turn your chest to face your left foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, if it's available to you, start to walk the hands forward, folding at the hip, bringing your chest towards your left thigh. Allow the head to hang, the shoulders to round. You have the option to stay right here, or if you like the side stretch on this side, then feel free to make your way into that as well. Remember your breath, just opening up the body, preparing it to do nothing for the rest of the day. And plant your palms on either side of your left knee, walk your hands and your body back up, and then walk over to the right. Same instructions, one hand on either side, turn the chest to face the right foot. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Breathe. Option to do a side stretch as well, or to stay right where you are. And plant your palms on either side of your right leg. Bring yourself back up, bring the hands back into center again, and then bring the hands back behind you, lift up your chest. And feel your body opening, preparing, and then take a hold of underneath your knees and bring your legs back in towards one another. Feel free to windshield wiper the legs side to side. And then bring your ankles out to the side, back behind you, hands on the mat in front of you, come up on all fours. Plant your palms below your shoulders, your knees below your hips. Untuck the toes, push the weight into the tops of the feet. Inhale, bring your belly towards the mat, look up. Exhale, push into your hands, arch your back, put the top of your head at your mat. Just continue to flow at your own pace, inhaling through cow, and exhaling through cat. And option here to add in any kind of movements that feel good, maybe even hip circles or dog wagging its tail. And then come back to center and take the right leg out long behind you. Come onto the ball of the back foot and then push through the heel. So you're stretching out your calf. You can even lift up the left knee. Come back down onto all fours, just switch sides. Take the right leg, the other leg, back behind you. Come onto the ball of the foot, push through the heel, option to lift up the right knee. And then come back onto all fours. Walk the hands forward, tuck the toes, push up, downward facing dog. Alternate the bend in your knees or walk out your dog, warming up the backs of your legs. Spread the fingers wide. Roll the shoulder blades down the spine. Inhale, bring the right leg up into the air behind you, and exhale, open up. Stack the hips one on top of each other. Bend the top leg, open up, look under your right shoulder. Inhale, square the hips off, and then exhale, bring the right foot in between the hands. Come onto the back knee, untuck the toes. Take your hands out wider than your mat, sway from side to side. Really just feel and explore your body. Come back to center. Plant the left palm on the ground beside the right foot. Bring your right hand onto your right knee, and then just twist. Turn to look up over the right shoulder. Remember your breath. Option to stay right here. You can bend the back leg and reach the, what hand is this? The right hand, thank you. Take a hold of the left foot. Release the foot if you took a hold of it, and then bend into the back knee and straighten out the front leg. Walk the hands so they're below the shoulders, square off the hips, Hook the heel and pull the toes towards the nose so you're engaging the leg, which also lengthens the hamstring. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Really breathe into the back of your leg. The hamstrings they're literally just so incredible. There's 3 muscles and they run from your pelvis all the way to underneath your knee. And they're called the semimembranosus, the semitendinosus, and then the biceps femoris. And the semitendinosus is exactly that. It's almost not like a muscle. It's like a big piece of connective tissue. So you have these like big long muscles and they can be so restricting and so tight, and they just need like just a little bit of love. Really focus your breath to the back of your leg. And then slowly come down onto your bum. Okay, keeping the right leg out in front of you and the left leg bent. And then lean back, coming down onto the elbows, and shift your attention from the back of the right leg to the front of the left thigh. 4 muscles, big, massive muscles. These are the biggest muscles in your body. Feel your thigh stretching out. So if you don't feel much here, what helps is to push the knee down towards the ground and try to lift the bum, but don't lift it up off the mat, if that makes sense. And breathe. Feel those 4 massive muscles stretching out, releasing tension. So if you can think about like the amount of tension that you have in your lower back, and you can think about the amount of tension you have in your shoulders, and those muscles are so much smaller. Think about how much tension you carry around in your thighs and maybe don't even notice. Breathe. Just come up, hands, making our way like back to where we were in low lunge. So right knee bent over the ankle, tuck the back toes, plant the palms on either side of the front foot, and then step back as quietly as you can into downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. If you like to vinyasa, here's an opportunity. If you do like to vinyasa, slow it down. Other side. Inhale, bring the left leg up into the air behind you. Exhale, start the hip. Top leg bend. Breathe. Open up, look under the left armpit. Inhale, square off the hips. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Come onto the back knee, untuck the toes. Take your hands out wider than your mat. Start to explore the other side. And come back to center. Right hand on the inside of the left foot. Left hand on the knee. Turn to look over the left shoulder. Breathe. Option to bend the right knee. Reach the left hand back. foot, come back to center, bend into the back knee, straighten out the front leg, walk the hands back below the shoulders. Hook the heel of the left foot and pull the toes towards the nose. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward just a little more and breathe into the hamstrings on the left leg. Like really just acknowledging them. And then slowly transition down onto the bum, keeping the left leg out in front of you and the right knee bent. And then lean back on the elbows, shifting the attention to the right thigh. Bring the knee down towards the mat. Option to squeeze the bum and lift the pelvis up towards the ceiling, but keeping the bum on the ground. It's more of a muscular, energetic action as opposed to like physically lifting up. Stretch out the quads. Remember your breath. Slowly come back up. All the way back into a little lunge. Left knee bent over the ankle, palms planted on either side of the foot, tuck the back toes, step back as quietly as you can, down dog. Option to stay in down dog or another option for a vinyasa. Inhale, right leg up into the air behind you. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right wrist on the ground. Make your way into pigeon pose. Right foot comes over to the left side of the mat. And heel toe that, or just walk that, I can't talk today, that one leg that's back there, the left leg, nice and long. And then double check, like, are you sickling the ankle? Straighten the leg, push into the tops of the foot, to the top of the foot. Plant the palms, inhale, lengthen. Then exhale, either stay here or you can come down onto the elbows or all the way down onto your chest. And we're not looking to like go into the pose as deep as you can. We're literally just looking to stretch and open the body a little bit so that you can be comfortable as much as you can today. And come back to this idea of experiencing your body. What is the experience of your body in pigeon pose? Take one more breath here. Let the palms lean over onto the right hip and bring the left leg forward. And just switch to the other side. Bring the right leg back behind you. We'll check the right leg is nice and long, the ankle straight, at the palms, lengthen the spine, inhale. And then exhale, find whichever version of pigeon you would like to do. Remember your breath. One more breath here. Plant your palms. Come back up. Lean onto the left hip. Bring the right leg forward. Bring both of your legs out in front of you. And then slowly make your way down onto your back. And then slowly make your way back up to sitting. Because I forgot something. And bring your legs out long in front of you, and flex your feet. Flex your feet, spread the toes, and feel the engagement. This is very grounding work, Shane.
Okay, fine.
Feel the engagement of the shins and the calves. Engage the thighs. Lengthen your spine and bring your hands alongside your body, palms on the ground. So sometimes, I know for the longest time I couldn't get my palms down. So sometimes that just means tented fingers. We're coming into staff or Dandasana pose. Right, so BK Iyengar always said that the two hardest poses in yoga are Tadasana and Dandasana. The reason for that is because it looks like we're just standing there, and here it looks like we're just sitting here. But the actuality of the posture is that like every muscle in the body is engaged. So really feel your palms pushing down into the earth. Feel your belly button pulling in towards your spine, your core engaged. Your chest lifted, your arms engaged, your hands engaged, like everything. You are feeling your strength right now, like a staff. Breathe. Feel the ground below your hands, feel the ground below your bum, feel the ground below your thighs, the backs of your legs, your heels. And just like the root to rise we felt yesterday and finding length from grounding, feel that. Feel your spine grow even taller. This strength and the stability of the ground below you that contributes to your own strength and your own stability. Did you know that 95% of our muscle mass is because of gravity? It's standing upright instead of falling to the ground all the time. So feel all of that muscle mass within your body. Feel yourself strong. And now we can come back down onto our backs. Nice work, everybody. Bend the knees and walk your heels towards your bum. Bring your arms alongside your body, palms face down, and feel your spine on the ground. Feel yourself supported. The thing I love about this posture is when we're sitting up, it's like sometimes my spine, it really misses that stability behind it. So what I love about laying down with the knees bent is that the lower back pushes into the ground and you can feel the strength and the stability along the entire back of the spine. Put the weight into your feet. Start to lift the hips up into the air. Option to keep your hands on the mat, or you can interlock them behind your back and push them into the ground, lifting the hips up even higher. Keep pulling the knees towards one another and squeeze the bum cheeks. Lift up as high as you can. Breathe. And then slowly release. Come down onto the ground. You can keep your feet right where they are and let your knees fall over to the right. Or if another twist feels better to you, feel free. Come back to the experience of your body if you have retreated back to your head. Just experience a twist. Bring your head back into center, engage the core, bring the knees back into center. Let them fall to the other side. Experience the twist on this side. Bring your head back into center. Engage the core, bring the knees back into center. So last option for whatever posture is calling out to you, whatever feels good to your body, maybe something we've done, maybe not. If you can't think of something, happy baby is always a great option. And then totally at your own pace, at your own time, make your way into your Shavasana. Push the back of your head into your mat. Roll your shoulders down your spine. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. And just take the next couple of moments to yourself. Invite some awareness back into your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Turn your head from side to side. And pull your knees up into your chest. Roll from side to side. Eventually rolling all the way over your right side. Use your bicep as a pillow. Use the strength of your left hand to push yourself all the way up to seated. Keep your eyes nice and heavy. Roll your shoulders down your spine. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. Take a nice, long, slow, deep breath in through the nose. And let it out with a sigh. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And bring your hands together at the center of your chest. Bow your head. And thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice this morning. From my heart to yours. Namaste.